walleye came up and pounded his bait.
Oh yeah. Hey folks, on this episode of Midwest Outdoors, we are on the renowned Mille Lake, up here northwest of the Twin Cities, renowned for smallmouth and walleye. I'm Dan Johnston with St. Croix Fishing Rod Company, and I am joined today with David Lofgren, part of our St. Croix Fishing Rod family. We're gonna be doing something really cool today. We're gonna be cranking for walleyes with spinning rods, casting for them.
Dan, this should be a really good day today. These fish are in here eating crayfish right now, so hopefully we have a really good show today and get some fish in the boat.
I'm blessed because he's forgotten more about Mille Lacs than I'll ever know, so I'm along for the ride today and I'm gonna have a great time. That was cool because we finally came up on that reef and I stopped, the bait floated up and he whacked it. Very cool. Casting crankbaits for walleyes in the summer, and it's so cool. But there's a couple things really critical. The way Dave has this set up, and I'm learning a lot as I'm rolling here, but he's got the right line, and these are light baits, so they're very hard to cast. And this is one of our glory rods here, the new Icon shallow cranker. It's a moderate deflection, so this rod's gonna bend more down in the middle so you can cast the bait without it tumbling. And it's been really cool. It's a joy to be able to actually cast these baits instead of troll them. That's pretty neat.
Nice release. Good job, Dan-o.
Today on Mille Lacs, we're getting some rapalas wet. And the shad rap, awesome bait. They run dead I've never had one, ever. I've taken out of the box, it didn't run perfect, which is a really cool, big attribute. Great finishes on them, it's awesome. But Dave, this is a new color, and I think it's a custom color. What's the deal? I've never seen this before.
Yeah, that's actually a custom color. It's called Rusty Monkey. And the reason that we chose this color today is because it's actually, after these crayfish have molted, it's kind of actually matching what they look like right now.
So it's a match the hatch kind of thing for walleyes.
Yes, exactly.
Very cool.
Yep.
And we're casting them, we're not trolling them. So,
right.
All right.
God, you just hammered this bait right here, this walleye did. Jeez. Barely,
cool, man.
Barely hooked in the lip though on that one. I was pulling it pretty fast, Dan.
Look at that color, man. What a good looking crankbait.
Yeah.
You wouldn't think that would be a great walleye color.
I know.
You know, at least from what I've seen. That's cool.
Yeah.
Nice work, my friend.
Yes, that was fun. They're where they're supposed to be right now. You know.
Yeah.
Up on this just came up too, just like we were doing before. So.
Well, and it's the interesting thing that I'm starting to realize is how shallow these walleyes get on Mille Lacs in the summer. I mean, you can see you typically think walleyes trying to find that comfortable water temperature and deep in the summer, and but they're right up top, and they're up on top on bait, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah, and it's all about that food source that we were talking about. So, cool. We'll get this one unbuttoned and we'll let her go. We're coming up to that top of that reef right there, and it should be pretty good here. So, would expect to get a fish here anytime soon.
Really? Really? Why don't you explain to the folks what you just did?
So every year Dan and I get to South Dakota and we spend a week training together, and we're on Lake St. Francis Case and we do a jig bite, and every year I sneak up behind Dan and I flick the butt of his rod, and when he's just pitched the jig out and he just sets the hook on it, and I just got him right there.
What a friend. What a friend. You hit the rock and you stop and whap. It's cool. And the baits are so buoyant that it floats off it. He's a little guy, David. I can probably swing him.
Yeah? All right.
Yeah. Just a little guy. Come here, buddy.
I see you switched baits too, Dan.
I did. Went with a little darker color, and that one liked it.
So with these additions of these this Legend Tournament Walleye Series, these crankbait spinning rods that we're throwing today, we've actually got some really cool stuff that we've done for 2018. And Dan, why don't you talk a little bit about what we've come out with for this year?
Can I have an hour? It's a lot. It was one of the most exciting years for product development and introduction ever. From Legend X on the high end, it's going to be a lot of our dream rod. Legend Tournament that Dave's fishing right now, this Legend Tournament walleye went to full cork on the handle, but the whole series was redesigned. Bass, muskie, and everything. 4 models in Avid X, a model in panfish. We just won Best of Show in saltwater for Legend Tournament Inshore, so it was really an overwhelming year of new product, but it was awesome.
I think I hooked up with a little walleye here. Yeah. And I just switched baits too, Dan. I just went to that balsa crankbait, and I think this fish is going to come off, but let's see if I can grab it real quick. Yeah, there she is. Yeah, I just came off the back of that reef, Dan, and that's why I came to the back of the boat.
That's awesome. Look at it, it's interesting too, because with the crayfish up like you're talking about,
Yeah.
it's been that red.
Yeah, and I just, you know what, I just switched over, and this thing was banging bottom too, and
Little zebra mussel on the hook
yeah,
too.
yeah. So.
Folks, thanks for joining us in the boat today. I'm Dan Johnston with St. Croix, and I've been really lucky. I've learned a lot. I've been joined by Dave Lofgren with St. Croix as well. We're on Mille Lake, throwing cranks for walleyes. Check out St. Croix's website at stcroixrods.com, and thanks for joining us on Midwest Outdoors.